So good morning, all. It's been quite a while. I think I was not available last week, so I couldn't do a video, but I dropped messages and hint for members on the hub. Now, it's the end of the year, and this is an important video for all of us to see. And of course, I've been majoring on DXY, Euro USD, because the DSY move and the Euro USD move, they are very, very similar. And once you know what DXY, Euro USD is, where DSY is doing, you can actually apply that on every other dollar instrument, which are the major pairs. Now, I just want to do a recap of what we have done so far and where we are presently. Now, this is the monthly chart of Euro USD. And of course, from here to here is just a move which ended this trend. But of course, trend can be broken, in the middle, and from here to here, of course, would have taken several months. And from here to here also several months, but the whole move here. Now, we started this move at this point, and this is where we are. And what we are telling ourselves, is this a reversal or not? But studying this move in the middle, we know when we had a wave to the downside, we had corrections of this wave to the upside, okay? And of course, we know this is wave 2. But technically, if you move down to this point and you call this what wave 1, it's the initial move looks like a wave 1, but by the time you are having the corrections, you now see an extension and a corrections that will now say, okay, this is actually the peak of your 1, and this is the low of your 2. So when you add this move, you cannot say, oh, this is exactly what is going to be the final peak of wave 1, because you had the correction to the upside, which is A and a B and a C. And in this situation, B, actually pulled more than beyond this low here. So an A and a B and a C. So now this B, the point of B, are giving us the new low for wave 1. And we can now say this is the highest or the peak of wave 1, and this is the lowest of wave 2. So the lowest of wave 2 is marked by the first correction, which is A, and the peak of wave 1, it's marked by what? The peak of B, which is the lowest of B, the wave B here. So now we have A, B, and a C. And after this C correction, the first move here is wave 3. And this is 2 of 3. And so from here, we started wave 3. From here. Now, this is wave 2 here, A, B, and it ended C here. But the first move here is wave 3, like we said, and a return of wave 3, which is 2 of 3. And we now have a 3 of 3, a 4 of 3, a 3 of 3 here, a 4 of 3, and the 5, the fifth wave of 3, it's just a little, extended beyond this low to give us, to finish wave 3 here. And after that wave 3, we said this is wave 4. Now, this wave 4, of course, would expect also to run like ABC. That was what we said, that this could be an A B, and a C, and we are seeing wave 5. Now, what we said again is that wave 5, has it ended or not? Because not until we finish this wave 5, there won't be a move to the upside. So we saw a wave. If you count this wave, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, if you want to count like that, if you imagine me coming down, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 5th one. So as the 5th wave ended, and we said a couple of things again, looking at this wave in itself, this particular wave from here to here, which should be 5-wave structure. So we can say that this is 1, this look like a 2, this look like a 3, and this might just be a 4. We might be having the 5th wave coming to the downside, breaking this top or not breaking it. I mean, sorry, the bottom or not. But we'll still see if we had finished with 5 here and what we are seeing is a reversal or not. And I said that maybe I shouldn't expect it to be a reversal. Look at the move here. Anybody could have thought, oh, it's a reversal here, and the price came down. Anybody could have thought it's another reversal here, and the price came down and more down to break the bottom. So because the length of move here is almost the same. So even though the price had traveled for about 3 months now, it doesn't mean that price cannot still come down to break the bottom. But again, we have to look at the structure to interpret what structure is giving us and what structure is telling us. So I had always treated this as a pullback of 4, but seeing the way it has gone up, we're going to see in the middle. So again, if we are looking at these as a 4, A, B, C, and a 4, which is this is the lowest and this is the highest level to the upside and the lowest, we expect it not to overrun 1.68. So if I bring my instrument out and we want to see one from this level of low to this point as the 1.618, potentially we'll say that from this point to this point, now 1.618 is exactly where we have this blue. So the price had not gotten there. The price had not gotten there. We are going to be looking at everything possible to, but the price had made it down to around 1.3 of the extension, had gone beyond 1.2. So anything can still, so far the price does not break this low, anything can still happen between here and here. This is the higher time frame, okay? Now, looking at another possibility of, if we look at this wave in itself, let me try and zoom in for us to see. So we know that potentially price could still come to this point or equal this low. Now we are looking at, this is wave 3. And wave 3, it's about being touched there. And the fact that the price has violated this trend resistance, it's typical of, this is wave 4 of the pullback of this entire run. But then, if we are looking at it again from wave 2 down to here, which is wave 3, we said that we don't expect it to go beyond 50%. In fact, if it touches 50%, then it's something else. So, looking at it, the 50% is at this level. Now, the price had broken 38, and the price is exactly at this level, which is almost like, should I say like 45? But this is beyond 40. Except I want to let's see what is going to give us. If I may mark it, can I mark it? Can I mark that? Can I mark that? So let me for it. It should be. Let's just assume it's between 40 and 45. That rate, that is where it is now. Now, but the 50% is still at this level, the broken line here. Now, if we take this run here, this new wave run here. But if we take this one as wave 1 and wave 2, so, and if you push that up, it means that instead of starting from here, we take this one a bit up. So if you look at that possibility, it's about the 50% pushes up here. And so from this to this level is about 40% retracement. So 40% retracement. Then we said that anyhow, if it did, it's wave 4 that we are doing, we should not breach this level. This is the last level here, and we are almost there. So between here and here is what, once we breach that level and there's a break above here, then know that it is a new trend. Then what will now happen is that even if you get here, we'll be retracing or correcting before we go up. So it could be potentially a new trend. So, but then this is the decider here at this level that we don't expect a break. Either we'll take it from here, from this blue, or from here as a 2, or here as a 2. So this is the area, and this area is 109423 and 108967. So this is a crucial area. But now what is happening here is what we want to see. After discussing that, is it still wave 4? Well, technically, it can still be wave 4 correcting for us to finish with 5. Technically, it can still be. But now, let's now look at the inside of this wave. Let me now push it down to the weekly. Now, in terms of weekly, candle, we can see this one as a wave 1 and a wave 2 correction, this as a wave 3 and a wave 4 and a wave 5, where the formation here is looking more or less like an ending diagonal. That is what it's looking like now. So you can begin to see the seller's pressure coming up from here. Of course, what are we seeing? We're not seeing anything that's telling us that, okay, the correction has started from the weekly point of view. For here, see the way it came, they went up, they pushed the price down to this level, and when we saw this, this is the first sign that now price is going to move up, you know, and they are doing gradually. They were doing as if, okay, it's a correction, and the 4 is not going to go beyond 23, it's not going to go beyond, and it began to move up. But we know the limit up before we go down. So we, at least, price cannot continue to travel like this. Price will still have to correct down. So what we are waiting for is to sell the correction to the downside, and we're going to see the extent of that selling of the correction, and before we turn up again. But what I am seeing here is suspect. Is suspect, because I will tell you what is suspect, because this is like a 5 wave to the upside. Like, so you're going to look at it on the daily time frame. There's like 5 waves to the upside, which is 1, a 2, and the first part of 3, second part of 3, and the 3 ended here, and a 4 had this low, and a 5. So it's like 5 wave structure. Because it has run eventually like a 5 wave structure, you know, because we are thinking, oh, it's going to be like a 3 wave, it's going to be, so eventually they had made it a 5 wave structure. So, and potentially it's looking more like we might be having a reversal. See, we have to be patient. You never can tell that it was a reversal right from the beginning, but it's looking as if we might be having a reversal now. But whatever it is, we can't jump the gun. We'll still treat this as if we're going to have a correction, at least minimum of 3 wave correction to the downside before we say we're going up again. So if it's going to run like that, 5 wave, a 3 wave down, then we should expect another 3 wave up, at least to give us a zigzag correction. But in that case, if it's going to run as a zigzag correction, would it now be a fourth wave correction of this? I don't think so. Let me show you what I'm trying to talk about now. So if we begin to sell from here and we correct this like a three wave, at least if we correct to this level here, at this level, which I was proposing, if we sell from here, then this had gone up further. So this had gone up a bit further to this level, to that level, and it has pushed this also a bit to this level. In that case now, so it means that if that is what we're going to get, let's see, can we have, except we are going to have a deep correction, and a deep correction maybe will give us a 78, and that may push this to this level. Okay, if it pushes that to that level, and we're going to have an 100% retracement to make it a zigzag, we want to see. If you're going to have a 100% zigzag, then the price should come to this level. In that case, there may be a breach here, just about a breach. So it's still possible that these may just come here, breach it, and still go back down. But we cannot have a 5-wave correction if it's not an impulse. We can't have a 5-wave correction like this without having a second 5-wave, because it can only be a zigzag. If it has given us a flat formation, the way it was coming from down here, we could have said, okay, we're going to turn down. But now this had ended up as a 5-wave. If we're going to see this correction, then we're going to have another 5-wave. That is what I'm saying now. We're going to have another 5-wave. So if we have another 5-wave, it's just about, so they can have the last one truncated to still make up for this thing, so that it does not go beyond here. But we're going to see the mode of the wave down here will tell us what we are going to get here. Rather, we should be seeing, 3 waves in the middle here. They can start this wave down and make the first one a 5-wave, a 3-wave flat, another 5-wave zigzag to the downside. Or they can make it a 3-wave and a 3-wave, and the last one a 5-wave to the downside before we turn up again. So, but we're going to be seeing this correction, and it may just be, it's now on. We are going to find out if it has started or not. Let's do, I see if you're going to have a 70. Yeah, if you're going to have if you're going to have this one to be a 70, 85, which will be the last for the zigzag here. So if this is 85.4, and if that is the last, we're going to have that as the last correction. If it's going to pull deep like that, then let's see what it's going to give us in terms of correction. So now at this level, no, so at that level, if it pulls much lower, then it's going to stay below this level that we don't want to breach. Anyhow, we should be having, if we have a 76 or 85 here, then technically this can still be a wave 4, then we will turn it down again to do a wave 5, technically. But any day we breach here and we have a proper candle on a daily candle sitting and closing on top of this place, then you should now know that once you see a daily candle close, like here, this is a downtrend. That's why it's above it anyway. So, but if we see a daily candle close above here, then you should know that then we're not coming down again. We are going up. So we are still not sure if we're going to change trend now or we're going to have a fourth wave correction. So anything is still possible. I have to show us that now before. So we can see that potentially we can still make this one a wave 4 and of this entire run. So we know that this is wave 3 and it has ended here. So let's now look inside of this wave and see what exactly we are doing now. So let me go to the daily. So we are going into the inside of that to the daily because, okay, I just said that it looks more like, ending diagonal here. So looking at the daily. So looking at the daily, now looking at the daily, so it is now obvious that we are seeing a wave 1, just like I told us, that the peak of wave 1 now looks more like this one. Okay, looks more like this one. In a wave 1, a wave 2, A, B, and a C. And after this C, we now begin to see 3-1, a 3-2, a 3-3, a 3-4. So this could actually be a 3-4 and a 5 ending here. Okay, so after the end of this one, we now begin to see a move, which we call an ending diagonal. So because this is, let me go over it again. This is the first wave, A, B, and a C. So to finish with 2, but this is the low of 2. This is the highest point of 1, in case you want to look for this wave where it's going to terminate. Okay, so and we said this is 1 and a 2 of 3 and a 3 of 3, a 4 of 3. Then this is the fifth wave that has ended for 3 and the fourth wave for 3. Sorry, for fourth wave of all. Okay, in the internal structure of 3, 1 and 2 of it, 3 of it, 4 of it is here, and the 5 of 3. Now, after the 5 of 3, we now have wave 4, and this is the new wave of 5, which is the ending diagonal, and is coming out as an ending diagonal. So looking at this as an ending diagonal, if I go to the 4-hourly candle, it's going to be more messed up for you. So I'm going to run over it again for you to see. After the wave 1, A, B, and a C. So the B here is the peak of wave 1. The A here is the lowest point of wave 2. So we now have A, B, and a C. Then this is the first wave of 3, and this correction of 2 of 3. Then we have 3 of 3. We have the 4 of 3, and we have the 5 of 3. So once we ended 3, we're going to now do a 4. A 4 came down like this. And after that 4, this entire run here is with 5. So in an ending diagonal format, to have a wave 5, this is like a wave 1, this is like a wave 2, this is like a wave 3, this is like a wave 4, and this is like the 5th wave. So if this is a 5th wave, are we coming down now? That is the question. Are we coming down now? Are we coming down now? So we'll see how this is going to close. But it doesn't matter that, oh, it's doing like this, 1, 2, 3. After 1, 2, 3, it still went up. 1, 2, 3 red, it still went up. 1, 2 red, it went up. Do you understand? Now, we should be looking at this with different light, because with 3 of an ending diagonal is not the shortest. With 5 of it can be truncated. So if we take this one is with 4 of all, but this one is the first wave. this one looks so much like a first wave of wave 1 of that ending diagonal, and this is wave 2. Now, this, you may say, is wave 3, and this is 4. But it looks like the wave 5 is too long. So that is why I said that it's looking as if wave 3 is extended. So if wave 3 is extended, this is 1 and this is 2, and wave 3 is being extended here, this cannot be the highest point of 3. So if this one is an highest point of 3, this will now come down as 4. We now have 5 to go more up before we begin to turn down. So what I'm trying to say is that this may actually mark the end of 5, and the price is turning more down. But potentially, it could still go up in case we are thinking of wave 3 has been extended. So you must have all this possibility. Is it an ending diagonal? Yes, it's an ending diagonal. But could the price begin to fall from here to do the 3-wave correction? Yes, it could. Can we go up one more time? Yes, we can. That is what I'm trying to, pitch here for you. We know that this is 3 has ended here for this big 3, and this is 4. Then we should be seeing the last wave of 5, which is an ending diagonal, and it's running like that. So this can be 1, 2 of it, 3 of it, 4 of it, and 5 of it, and we are coming down. Or 1 of it, 2 of it, and this 3 is extended in itself to now make this one 3, and this is 4. So we are going to be looking at those possibility of what if this is 5, or what if it's 3. We're going to be looking at those possibility and what would happen in the middle. So let me bring out all this again. So we said that this potentially could be our 1, and this is 2. And that this may be 3 here, or the 3 may actually be here now. And so this could have been 4, or this may be 4. So that is what can now change in the middle, a 3 and a 5, or an elongated 3 here and a 4. We are seeing 4 here, or we are seeing 4 here. So what is going to give around here before we know that, oh yes, now confirmed we are coming down? Okay, now in an ending diagonal, of course, you expect an encroachment, which is possible. The 4 could encroach with 1, which is what we are seeing here. This is wave 1 here. This is obviously a wave 1, and this is a wave 2. But now, this one being a 3 is what we are saying that it could be elongated, which looks more like an elongation for me. Because if it had wanted to end here, we could have had a 3 here, and a 4, and a 5, and we are coming down. And that is why you must always see a momentum to say it has ended. So they may have fooled us here and say, okay, this is 1 and a 2, and a 3 and a 4, and a 5 truncated here, and we'll be coming down. But they changed it the next day to still elongate this. So now, technically, this is like an elongation of 3, and this may not be 4. Okay? Now, from 2 to 3, we know that if we're going to get between 3 and 2, it should not run for more than 50%. Once it breached 38 and is getting to 50%, then we now begin to suspect that it has ended. Okay, so if we say that this is 3 here, let me now try and push this purple up to that highest point for this training, where we thought 3 was at this level. Okay, let me take this off so that it won't confuse us. Okay, so let me see. So if we thought that 3 was at this level, now where would 4 have been between 3, 2, and 3 here? The fourth wave shouldn't have gone beyond, it could have done this, which could have made this one. Let me bring this one down to, this is what 50 would have looked like, okay? So at that level, when we thought this one was the highest point, the price actually came down to 50. And it didn't break it on the reverse here. Touched at 50. Then because it touched at 50, then I thought something else is happening. Yeah, it should have probably broken, because it broke 38. So anybody could have thought that once 38 is taken, then we are coming down. But exactly at 50, they went up. And that is why we say that you must see 50 broken to the downside before you can say that, oh, they have ended it. So with this coming to 3 to 4, that it didn't break this one, we should have seen further momentum to say, okay, we are coming down. So that is how to trade, really. So it didn't do that here. Now, we may have shifted our focus here and make this one now a 3. So now we are going to do something now. Now, this is the highest point here now. Let me just correct it a bit. Yes, at that point, okay? So that is the new point for 3, where we have the red. That's the new point for 3. I can change it to purple. I can change it to purple because they are the points of, those are the points we are referring to. So this is the point of, let me now break this one because now it's not on the table. Good. So we say 1 and 3. This is off now. It cannot be 3 again. The price had gone up here. So we'll still maintain our 2 because this is just 2. The first correction after that move, this is 4, and the major 4 is gone. So we have the first correction of the ending diagonal, and this is the first move and the first correction, which is 2. So we are still going to be referring to this. This one is still small. So this looks like a 3. So you don't just go and trade blindly. That is what I'm saying now. Now, seeing this as a 3, where do we want to break to say that now it is not 4? We are still going to go up. So we are not going to push this one to 50. And that was why I sent a message to us on the up. I said, where we want to see broken, it's at this level, this new level now, which is 1.05137, or let's say 1.05100. Once we break this level, once we break it to the downside, then you should know that now we are correcting for sure. So we need to break this to the downside before we know we are correcting for sure. So if we have a bounce, the kind of correction to the upside from here will tell us if we are done or not with 4 and we are coming down. So anything is still possible. That's what I'm saying. We can still now make this one, 3, 4, and a 5. Just will probably do something here before coming down. So now, at what point do we want to begin to get ready for anything here? Let's take it from 2 here again to where 3 is. You want to get interested once you have your 38 taken. And I'm going to use gold for that, in case you want to trade this. Yeah, at that point is when you start bracing yourself and getting interested. Once the price touches 38 here, you are getting interested as something wants to give. So you start bracing up yourself, and it's almost there. So if you don't get reaction, then you are going to focus on this red area if you're going to get a reaction for more upside. So what are we saying? We are saying that we are within 15 pips to between 15 and 68 pips to make a decision if price has ended its move and is now starting correction. I mean, yeah, a bigger correction to the downside to come to this level. But no matter what correction we are going to see, the correction will not be less than at least parity, which is 1.0000. So we should have all of that once we start correcting. And then the first leg will tell. By the time we are having the second leg, we will know where the third leg is going to push to. So that is what, but correction is due because this is an ending diagonal. So why do I even say it's an ending diagonal? So let's do something again. Let me take out my RSI. Now, with my RSI, we are not going to look at the daily RSI now. We are going to look at the 4-hour RSI before I do that. So we know what we have done here. Then you can see the way all this one can change with some extension. You know, I was marking probably I'm going to have a turn down around here based on what I saw from here to here, and it now pushed up. Because if this was 3 and this was 4, so the high point of 3 here, you should understand why this thing will change to this point. See, 1618 is around this here for 5 to finish it. Can you see? Now, which is around the edge of blue. But because the corrective wave, the third one has been elongated, that is why we have this, and it, you know, it's coming up to this level, which I had marked as the probably last level where we should see a reaction. So we are seeing it at that level. So if it's 3, we might not expect the 5th wave to break 3 or just a bit. But now let's now go inside of a 4-hour time frame. So now we are inside of 4-hour time frame now. Inside of 4-hour time frame, this now, okay, so that's inside of 4-hour time frame now. So like we said, now we are picking a new 3 and 2. So just to confirm these coordinates again. Okay, so we have, yeah, 3.8 around here and 50 around here is still correct. So this is, at this level, we are going to tell if we are going to actually begin to come down once we breach this point, then we know that, yes, we have started the bigger correction. So this is the level, this is the limit of it. So we are almost there because price may still go up one more time. But I think price may want to do that to still go up one more time because of this candle. I would need a proper closure here. This candle, the wick here is telling me that most likely we might still have the price going up one more time. So because, and I will still show you something here to tell you that most likely that might be happening. We might still be seeing a push up one more time. Okay, so now let's bring out our RSI to look at the kind of momentum divergence that we are seeing. Now, at this point, where we had the 3, so see, at this point where we had the 3, this is the third wave here. Before we had the 4th and the first wave of correction and the second wave, and now the 3 which has shifted here now. So we're now going to see 4. So at this highest point of 3 here, look at it. This is the highest point here. If I push this one up, you will still see that now, so far, At the highest point of 3, even though price had gone much higher, there is that momentum divergence. You can see that the price is not coming up to this 3 level. This is 3. Well, price had gone much higher. So that's the momentum divergence, which confirms that we're actually at the, doing an ending diagonal. Confirming that this is an ending diagonal. So it's an ending diagonal. So you can see that momentum divergence here. So it's still confirming that we want to come down. So the buyers, they are losing it. So we are just looking for the momentum to send the price down. So I've been warning us. You can see that this one had gone up for how many weeks now? I can't tell. For almost a month and a half, we've been doing this. We have been in this mess. So, and that's why you have to be patient. You look at structure. So we are seeing that already on the 4-hour momentum divergence right from here, from November 22nd. No, from November 15th, for exactly over a month now, we've been in this divergence and we're waiting. So if you're waiting to read the move here might be difficult and you might be losing your money. So that's why you have to just wait for a bigger correction and plunge into it and sell. So that's what we're waiting for now. Just hold on, please. We'll soon be ending. So now, looking at this, because we want to have at least a very good entry, this looks like a 3 to me. And you could actually mark the end of 3 and probably we have done 5 and we are coming down. Like this could be 3 and this could be 5. But from what I could see here, looks potentially like a 3. And let's look at the kind of movement that we are seeing now. Because I still feel that we might be turning more, going up one more time. We might be going up one more time. I think so. Yeah, I think that's one more like it. So if we look at what is happening here, after this move, because this looks like, okay, now they have ended this with 3 of that ending structure properly now, with this, its own ending structure to finish with 3. So this is the 4th wave of it and the last wave of it to finish. Then this looks like the 4th wave of correction. So if this one is A, now let me do something for us to understand what I'm trying to pitch here. So this is the lowest point here. We are trading. I'm not just giving. It's not about giving you. What you are looking for is a signal that can change. So let's use blue. Let's use blue for that. So that's the first point of correction. So, and we now add this to the upside, which looks like a B to me. So now with that now, let's take an A, if that is the first correction, an A, the blue. So for us to know if we are going to be pulling more down or we are still going to go up, we'll know. If this is A, and we say this is B, this is B, and we're looking for a C. So which we believe that the C leg may be playing out now. We're almost there. We're almost there. Which we believe C leg where we don't want to break is this level. This is like 38, and this is like 50. So what kind of correction is this? A to B. A to B has given us like a 50. So because it's a 50, that may be a zigzag. And a zigzag, we expect at least an 100. An 100 and max 123. So a zigzag from this level to the end of A to B. So an 100, potentially an 100 is here, which is very close to, that's an 100. That's an 100. So a 123, a 123 is here. We cannot have a 123 in this case. Once we have a 123 in this case, then you know we are in a new trend. And so we are correcting big. So that would have violated this limit here. So the best we can have is an 100, which is at 1.05196 or 1.05200. That is where you might say that we should expect a reaction from here to move further up. In case it is 4 that we are ending here, this is the last place we expect a reaction for 4 to go further up. So in that case, if we see a reaction around this level here, if we see a reaction around that level here, if we see a reaction around that level here, then in that case, where do we think we are going? So where we should be going is that we should not breach a 78, an 85 or 90. Let me use that word. So if you get a reaction here, we don't want to breach between here and here. These things are very, very funny, okay? So once we breach this level going up, then you should know that we're going to break the top again. Now, let me go back to 1 hour. What I did here is to project. It might not work exactly like that because you must see the reaction. So if we get reaction around here, this is 90. So if it's going to be like, oh, the reaction you are getting here is with 4, or actually this is with 1 of the correction of the move, then once you should get to 90 here, it shouldn't go beyond 85 or 76 to the upside to make it wave 2 before turning more down if you are correcting up. So once you breach 90 here, then you know that you are going to break the top again to now finish with 5. So this is the highest point. Once you do this and you get above here, then you know that it's wave 5 that you are finishing. But if it's between, when you move to the upside between here and you are within 76, 85, it could be a wave 2 for more further correction. But you're going to see the manner. This is crucial for us. This is crucial for us. Very, very crucial for us. Very, very crucial for us. If it turns out to be that we are finishing with 4 and we are moving up, where are we going next? Where we are going next is this. Where we are going next is this. Then you should be seeing price between here . between that 3 and where we are going to have a correction. So which means that we should be seeing the action now around this area, not more than here to finish 5, between that place and 123 and 1618. In case we get reaction at 4 and we don't break it, this is 1.123. So between this frame is where we should be finishing 5 to turn more down. But all that is subjective. We need to see what is going to happen here first. So that is where we are going now. So we need to see what is going to happen there. So you see that price potentially could pull to 1.08695. That was why I said put your stop loss at 1.0900 or 1.09500 if you can do it. So while we finish up this mess, we still want to finish up that mess. Now, looking inside of here, we see that this is A and B, and potentially we get here. So what kind of correction do we have in the middle here? If that could also tell us something. Now, this one didn't run down as 5 waves. It did 3 waves. So this is 1 and a 2 and a 3. A did 3 waves. That's also a pointer to the fact that we may be correcting 4. This one is a pointer that we may be correcting 4. So if we're correcting 4, 1, 2, and a 3, and it's looking like a flat, and the second also is like a 3-wave format, which is 1, 2, and a 3 to finish up. This is 4 of it and a 5 of it. So I've finished up this 3-wave format, which is B. So we should be expecting this one to finish itself as what? As a 5-wave format. So in finishing itself as a 5-wave format, we can see this one as a 1 and a 2 in between here, which is 1, A, B, and a C to have finished this one. We should be running the 3rd wave and see, because it's going to, if C is going to actually be a 5-wave structure and it's still running like that as a 5-wave structure. So a 3, 3, and a 5, like a flat for more upside. That is what I'm seeing at the moment. And what would tell me I'm wrong is immediately we violate this level. Immediately we violate this level. So still see that potentially we may have one move to the upside. And once we see a reaction around this area, then you know we are just finishing 4 of the ending diagonal and we may go up. But once we breach it, then we know that we are going more down. You can't even breach it. The 100 is here. 123 is a no-go area. It's a complete breach. So with that, I've come to the end of this training today, and watch this thing over and over to really get a full grasp of what I've said. God bless you all.